know, this could show the importance of learning your pistol draws.
Not doing bad, man.
My quick learner.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Well, I'm on the range here today. We got a special guest, Instructor K with Arsenal Democracy. He's coming down to give us some tips on shooting with handguns. I'm not familiar with point shooting. I'm more familiar with the extended shooting, which is the full out, which you most likely won't have in a stressful situation. So I thought it'd be good to get a instructor down here, give us a good run through of what's going on. He knows a little bit more than I do. You want to take it over from here?
Yes, sir. Okay, point shooting is very important. Most concealed carry situations and most confrontations are going to happen under 21 feet. At this distance, it's going to be very hard to come out to a full extension, line your sights up, and make your shot, especially if someone's rushing towards you with a knife, a bludgeon weapon, or even another firearm. So the important thing to remember is, as you draw from your hip, right-handed, left-handed, you guys are just going to mirror this. But as you draw right-handed, it's always good to keep your left hand up high, out of the way of the muzzle. As you bring the firearm out of your holster, you're going to start to turn towards your target. As you turn the firearm or you pivot the firearm towards your target, you extend your left hand out to meet your grip. As soon as your grip makes point, coming up to a chest one position, and this position is chest one. The reason for this, I think Instructor Zero coined this phrase, but a chest one position, you're a turret here. You can fire anywhere you point your finger.
So
basically.
let me make sure I got this right. So you're saying you want to pull up like this,
Yep.
and
Well,
then that quick of a motion, you should be able to hit your target spot on. So there's nothing. You don't have to take your time, aim. You should just be able to, from your holster, quick draw, hold it like that.
Yep.
Tight, firm grip.
A little sloppy there, but
A little sloppy. We'll work on it. That's why we got. That's why we got Instructor K here.
it's important as we talk about this. A lot of people, when they first grip the pistol, they don't get the proper grip right away. They go to readjust as they connect two hands. It's very important with your handgun. By the way, we're unloaded here. With your handgun to actually come up and meet the beaver tail. As you meet the beaver tail, your hand's going to go high in the grip. This is going to give you a nice firm grip. It's going to give you a nice tight grip on target. And when we're talking about point shooting, every little detail of how you hold the pistol and everything else is going to affect you on target. So like I said, as we draw from the holster, up, out. And when we come out, we're going to extend from a chest one position. A chest one position is where your first shot should come from. So you're going to come up, out, bang, 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 bang. This is called an acceleration.
You are
drill.
working your way out?
Yes, sir. We're going to get down to the sights.
Now, is that called something else than point shooting if you're working your way out?
Well, I kind of coined the phrase an acceleration drill because you're accelerating.
Okay, so you're kind of just working with what you got. And then
We'll see. And like I said, your first couple rounds may not be exactly on point, but the whole point is if someone's running towards you and you draw and you bring up and you're pretty much square, you can point your finger in the general direction of a
muscle memory. You should be able to look at your target and without aiming be able to hit it from
Yes,
here.
Sir. Yes, sir.
I say enough talking about it. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to be doing the point shooting, but from the holster, and then afterwards I'm going to let him come in, and you're going to be doing the.
We have some custom acceleration drills that are really going to get you on target.
And he's going to go over any flaws that I make because this is something that I'm not familiar with, and that's why we got him down here. Teach us a thing or two. So let's see what we can do. I'm going to go from the holster to the target and see how fast we can get out, just some draws. And again, we're starting from here, and then he's going to work his way out. I'm going to just see what I can do.
Practicing the chest one position.
Chest one position?
Yep.
Alright, let's see if we're already loaded. Alright, so we're loaded. We're good to go. Let's see what we can do. I got 2 hits, so I must have done something wrong. Instructor K,
Okay.
help me out here.
Okay. Biggest thing to remember is it's easy to point your finger. We can point our finger, we can pick our nose with our eyes closed, we can do any of that. when you're shooting point shooting, realize your hand, when you point, is still pointing just like your finger. So whether we're a closed fist or our fingers out, we're still point shooting. So, or pointing. So, as we go ahead and we grab our magazine here, going hot.
Shot.
So, from this position, when we come up, and we get into our chest one, we're going to square off. What we're going to do is, we want to make sure we're high in the beaver tail here. Make sure your hand, your grip, everything's good. Finger off the trigger till you're ready to fire. That is very important. Your hand, as you bring your left hand to the gun, make sure you never cross your muzzle. In a heated situation, it would be very easy to have an accidental discharge and take out your hand, which is just going to eliminate you in the fight.
That'd be no good.
Yeah, no good.
No good.
So, from the chest one position, you want to point at your target. As you apply your finger to the trigger, don't do a jerky motion. Nice, even, slow motion like your target shooting. So. Uh-oh. Misfire. Now, with that, we're not looking for extreme accuracy here. This is literally just to be able to hit center mass or somewhere in this general area. Our Arsenal of Democracy logo gives you a good idea of what a 12-inch grouping looks like on a human body.
Well, let me step in here real quick, because
yes,
I noticed we did something different. I went from a holster position to it, and you went straight out. I want to see just what the difference is, because I'm not a professional at pulling. I'm not a professional in any way. I just want to see if it does make a difference, if I'm already ready in the situation.
Of course.
Because, you know, stress puts pressure on people. And if you're already ready, it could be easier to where, you know, this could show the importance of learning your pistol draws. So, from here,
Higher up to the chest.
higher up to the chest,
Tighter
you got
in.
a firm grip.
Yep.
9 out of 10. So we missed one. That was me in a ready position. And then as you can see, from me at a non-ready position, it was a lot less
harder to
successful.
get on target.
Only got 2 hits.
Would you
But
mind
that's
if
why
I...
practice makes perfect. As we say, we come down here every day and we shoot. I got you here to help train me. Anything else you would like to go over and show us?
Okay, now this is an acceleration drill. An acceleration drill starts at the chest one. When you square off to your target and you go to accelerate forward, you're here, you're up on target. So, the whole point is, when we first round, we get on target. That gives us our eyes the chance to see that we are hitting the target. As we accelerate out, it makes it easier to stay right on target. So it's very important from a holster draw to be able to put lead down range as fast as possible, as accurate as possible.
You know, I see an advantage from that too. From just doing that, and once you see your initial hit and pulling out, I feel as approaching your target then would be much, much easier.
Movement.
I say we give that a run through, see how that works. Let me see if I got to load it. Yeah, I got to load one up.
All right.
If you don't mind.
Yep.
I'm going to start from the holster again. I'm not as good as you can see from the holster. But I'm going to give it a draw from the point position, from chest one, and extend out and run up on it. Mag is loaded. I'm going to step back just a little bit just so I can actually approach it and not have any frag hit me. But here we go. You're in a safe spot.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, as you can see, I feel that was very successful. I thought that ran pretty good, Instructor K. What do you think?
Not doing bad, man.
Am I a quick learner or what?
Yeah, we're going to get some work on your proper foot placement during movement, making your body a turret.
Alright, so we're back up here with Instructor K. We just got done doing the point shooting with the full extension run up. I figured it'd be better if we stepped it back a few notches we'd set up another target for us to go at, just for a little bit more of a realistic point of view. Say you got more than one guy at you, you want to get your first guy out, and then you got your other guy, got to be on the run. You got to learn these drills and practice. So I'm going to run through it. My weapon is clear right now. I'm going to load it right before we go. Say the range is hot. Instructor K will come in when I'm done. He'll go over everything I did wrong, and then he will show us how it's done. Alright, hold on, let me load it. So it's in a saw as before. I'm not as good with the withdrawal, but we're going to go for it. Range is hot. Empty, clear. Chambers open. Rounds out, mag's clear.
All clear.
As you can see, Instructor K. What did you think about my performance? What did I do right? What did I do wrong?
When you were planted, you were doing good. During your movement, you did a lot of missing, and when you were missing, it was the way you were walking. Actually, your stance.
My stance, my footing.
When your footing goes, when you're actually in movement, you don't want to walk more like you normally would. Like some people would want to tend to walk like this. This is okay for like a creeping mode where you're not really firing. But when you're in a position where you need to be able to fire and you're moving, you're a turret. Your upper body is your turret. So as we move, we want to remember, it's kind of a heel-toe method. You want to be here. Knees bent, back arched, so we can turn and pivot and engage. And also, too, I'm not high-stepping. I'm keeping my feet on the ground because I'm using my toes to actually feel the surface in front of me. Any urban environment, you chance potholes in the ground, a curb, anything you could trip over. So you don't want to be very forceful with your step. You're actually being very cautious as we step. That's why you notice we're not trying to run here. Not trying to be a fast movement. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. It's one of the biggest things to remember. If you're fast on target but you're missing, you're doing nothing other than scaring the target downrange.
One of the things that I have noticed, because I'm not a professional, I'm not, certified at handgun shooting, but one of the things I've noticed just from watching other people shoot and videos, they do a little pivot motion.
It's a foot plant.
I attempted to do that on one of these. I don't know, you train that to people?
Here's the deal, a hard plan is for turning and engaging, in my opinion. If I'm actually going to have to engage this target, it's not more like we're plinking. I might want to turn and plant, and actually plant my foot and square up. But since in this drill, we had it kind of set up, we're doing constant movement. We're working more as an upper body turret.
So we don't want to necessarily plant all your weight because then...
No, because we're not being fluid at this point. So at this point, when we draw, we come up, tink, 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 tink. Now, if the last target was here, as I was stepping, I would turn and plant, and then I would be facing that target. But since we're going fluid and we're trying to continue forward to, our other target to end the drill, I wouldn't recommend a plant.
Weapons clear. I did notice as I was running, I did kind of do a little pause, and then it took me, that extra step to get back going, and I kind of had a cross foot. So I feel like, that's could have been one flaw that I did. I wasn't sure.
2 seconds in a firefight's 5 minutes.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But okay, well
let's load it up for Instructor K. We'll give him a run through, and I'm sure Arsenal of Democracy will put it down on it.
Let's see it.
All right, now we're gonna see Instructor K go on his run. See if he can teach us a thing or two.
All right,
see how it's done.
Clear.
Clear.
Now, with that, when I was moving, honestly, guys, I'm not even going to make an excuse for it. I missed when we were going at these smaller targets. I was trying to engage the far target to the right, started to miss. Now, the important thing to remember is when you're in a multiple target engagement, closest object to you first. Here, we have stimulated, multiple targets spread out. But whatever's closest to you is the most immediate danger. So that's where you want to make your focus. Being that, we transition from here to here, at the end I had nowhere to go. So at that point, that's when I did turn and pivot. It doesn't have to be as dramatic. I see a lot of people make it a really dramatic stomp. I mean, it can be as simple as a fluid motion to a step. Now, you want to watch pivoting your ankles. I actually did on my left ankle. We're standing kind of on an incline. I don't know if you guys can tell in the video. It's a little bit downhill here, so it's a little bit harder to step. But as you step, turn, step, plant. And you want to square up with your target. A lot of people I see, when they do that, they want to get really sprawled out, a really wide stance. It's important to remember a shoulder length apart, give or take an inch or two. But
I mean, I'd say you did pretty good, which I would recommend only if you're at a range, because they are very strict. Is when you're about to shoot, you want to say clear, fire, ready.
Yeah, range was
you
already
want to
hot
give
at
some
this point.
kind of signal. Range is
Yeah.
hot. You know, me and Instructor K, we already went through it, so I knew to back up. But normally in a situation like that, I mean, I'm sure he would even tell you, you got to announce it, let everybody know. Because if you're here with tons of people and there's noise going on, you don't want
We're on
someone
a
going down
closed
to pick up a
range.
target, you know, and you...
But yeah, we're on a closed range, so the safety of being on a closed range is very important. We've already called range clear multiple times today and made sure that, you know, obviously there's nothing in our backdrop.
Always make
Watch
sure
out for
weapons are
houses,
clear.
pets, everything else. And always visually inspect the chamber. It takes 2 seconds to look down and make sure that our extractor did its job and got the last live round out of the chamber. So when you see a hollow hole, you're doing good. Thanks, guys.
All right, guys. So say we're in a scenario where we had shooters at us. We got stuck behind cover. We didn't get a chance to get out. I'm literally stuck, pinned right here right now. We got people firing at me. What you need to do is you need to stay low. You want to plant your foot about 1 inch to 2 inches away from where you're going to be peeking out so you can rest your arm on your leg for center balance. I know that my shooter is straight in front of me and my other shooter is coming around right at my 12 o'clock. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to peek out, I'm going to fire, I'm going to take him out, and then I'm going to take cover again. So let's do this real quick. Got him. Saw that he's down. Now we got one more shooter at us. He's right at my 12 o'clock. I'm going to change my position, finger off the trigger. You do not want to shoot yourself. Change my position. The guy is coming straight at me. I hear that he stopped shooting. He's reloading his gun. We're safe. Now we can clear. We're good to go.
So check out the next video, guys. Thank you for having us out here, man.
Oh,
Much
yeah.
appreciated.
And also, I'd like to go over, I know you said it earlier, but always, finger off the trigger. Make sure your gun's unloaded, you know, when you're done. You don't want to, these aren't toys, guys. We're out here, we're being safe. And now get out there and get shooting.
Thanks, guys.
You're up on target. So, the whole point is, when we first round, we get on target. That gives us our eyes the chance to see that we are hitting the target as we... A lot of success. Not doing bad, man.
Am I a quick learner or what?
Yeah, we're gonna get some, the next video we're gonna do.
Let me go.
Ready? I don't want to shoot him.
Finish him!
Damn it!
Fatality.